My name is Nancy White, and I'm the owner of the Flower Bar in Larchmont, New York. And today, now that the holidays are past, we are going to create a beautiful, bright arrangement to just sort of ease our eyes through the gray, drab days of winter in January. So today, I've chosen for our color palette beautiful lemon yellows and lime greens. And we're going to I think it's just going to make everyone feel like spring is just around the corner. So I'm going to start with my vase, which is this really pretty vase. I love the rounded bottom. I just think it looks a lot more elegant. I'm going to just put a little bit of this lily grass inside just to give it a little transition from the flowers to the vase and the water. So it's just not like a vase, an empty vase filled with water. So I just do that. And I'm going to put some water in. I don't fill it up all the way because I don't want it to spill when we're transporting it. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use greenery to create a grid. And that's going to help hold my flowers in place. This is called pittosporum. And it's really great because even though there's a long stems, you can cut them and use the smaller pieces. And you just remove the lower leaves, and you just aim it into the arrangement like it's a pie. You're aiming it towards the center. You want to make sure the pieces are long enough that the flowers, the leaves are just at the edge of your vase. You don't need to do too much because we're going to be adding more and more flowers and greenery to this. This just sort of creates a base for you. Okay, so now I'm going to start with my bigger flowers. These are mini green hydrangeas. If you've seen these are very dark because they're actually immature blue hydrangeas. And the lighter ones are immature white hydrangeas. I like the dark, especially for this time of year. It just has, I think, has more color to it. And even though hydrangeas are considered to be like a special flower, because they're sort of full like this, they take up a lot of space. And so I almost consider them to be like a fuller flower. And I'm going to start with these. Because they have a woody stem, I'm going to cut them at an angle. And then I'm going to cut up the center so that water can go up the center. And then I'm going to put it in. And that's a little too long. I always cut too long rather than too short. At least I hope so. You can see I'm just having this again hit the edge of the vase. I brought 3. We like to work in 3s. Or odd numbers at the very least. So I've got 3 of these. And then just to sort of fill it out with the green, I also brought 3 of these green trick. And these are wonderful. They have a wonderful texture. They are from Mexico. Their green trick comes from all different kinds of places, but the Mexican ones are the best because they are the biggest and the fluffiest. So I love how they look with the green hydrangea. And you can see I'm trying to mix it up a little bit so that it's not like, so that there's like some depth to it. I'm going to put another piece of to help hold this in place. So if we'd had the greenery, it would have been a little easier. So now I'm going to use some of this stock. What's great about stock, this is from South America, but they grow it in California as well. And it really depends on the weather. Some years it's better from California, and some years it's better from South America. And there's been a couple years where I couldn't get it at all because of drought. So these are a little bit unusual in that they're really rounded. So you can use these as kind of like a line flower or as a filler flower. And I'm going to use them more like as a filler flower, but again, they have that kind of lump. So I'm going to let them, so you can see I'm filling out the vase with flowers. And the idea is that I'm just creating a beautiful backdrop for my focal flowers, which are going to be the roses and the ranunculus. Okay, so I also have this beautiful green hellebore. Hellebore is in season now. It'll probably start growing in your yard pretty soon. Mine isn't quite there yet, but it's one of the earliest blooming flowers out there. And what I love about it is it has all of these what we call laterals, and depending on what we were doing, I could cut them in pieces and use them, and so get a lot more coverage out of one. Like this one here, I'm going to cut it like this, and then I've got, I don't want any of this greenery in the water, so I'm removing that. And then I've got another piece here that I can use. So we're trying to get the maximum out of everything. This one's got two beautiful pieces here, so I'm going to cut that like that. Remove the lower flowers. And as you can see, I'm putting them around the edge because I like the way they drape. So now I'm going to bring in my color. So I've got two different kinds of yellow flowers. I've got these gorgeous spray roses. Spray roses are actually where roses were originally, and the single stem ones that you see with one flower are what they've done when they've hybridized them. But these are a really particularly beautiful variety because they have really big heads and lots and lots of petals. So again, I'm going to take off those lower greens, and I'm going to cut. And what's great about spray roses is that they have, because they are 3 or 4 or 5 different flowers on a stem, they're already going to have depth for you. So you just don't want to place them too low so that you lose that. Now I'm trying to tell a little bit of a story here. I'm trying to keep my yellow kind of in a row because from a design perspective, so I think that's all I'm going to use of those. And then I've got these amazing ranunculus. I just want you to take a look at them. They're from Italy, and these are just stunning. They're very special. So with these, what's great about these is that they tend to have like a very sort of garden feel to them with all of these petals. And so they don't need to be like stuffed in. As a matter of fact, I think that they kind of lose something that way. So I'm going to sort of create a little bit of a interest here by having them. So I like that. And maybe I want another one lower here. I'm putting 3 together because, again, it's that group of 3s is a good thing to think about design-wise. I'm not happy that these are both the same height, so I'm going to move this one over here. And I'm going to do a different one here to make sure that it's the right height. I wanted these 3 to be 3 different heights. That always seems to be tough. They're either too tall or too short. There we go. That's what I wanted. And then I have the last one, which I think I want to have hanging off this way. So I'm going for a more romantic style, as you can see. And then I'm going to take some of these little hypericum berry, which I love. They just are, again, a nice little filler. It's another little texture, another round texture, which I like with the with all of the other trick and the hydrangea. So you can just see, I even want to bring that in a little bit more. I just want to fill in some of the holes. There we are. Thanks so much for watching.